Okay, guys. We are live in 3, 2, 1. We are live on ARMTV with I'm not sure if Travis is here, but we definitely have Paul, Linn, and John Brzenk.
Go.
Oh, so you're on your phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I couldn't get the computer working proper way with.
On that.
You're a little more advanced than I am, Gary. I can't believe you figured out this. I actually did do some reading on Zoom and live on YouTube.
Let me cut it off.
Oh, Travis. I gotta
Travis.
Dude.
What about now? I'm good, right?
That's good. Yeah, well, years.
I can hear you.
Turn the video on.
There he is.
There's better.
Yeah, I'm solid, yo. Let's go.
Okay, welcome. Finally. All right, guys. ARMTV on the road. As if you paid attention to any of our shows, I have been in the process of moving for weeks now, ending up in Beaverton, Oregon, which we're 3 hours away. Travis Bagent, we spoke on his channel, Travis Bagent Unfiltered, last night about his Mr. Olympia and his event coming up this weekend. And he called me today. He said, hey, we got Travis and Paul. We got to talk to them. So here we are. Welcome to the show, peeps. Travis, we got you. You're good?
Hey, hopefully you guys can hear me. We are super excited. I am up here at the Harvest Gap, the spot, the venue for this weekend, and we're all super excited. We just wanted to see how big Paul, Linn, and John Brzenk look and get their comments on whether Paul has a chance or not against the GOAT.
Okay. Before we get into it, today is a special day, and not even John Brzenk knew what has happened today. It's a big milestone event for Mr. John Brzenk. In the last 28 days, John Brzenk's YouTube channel has just passed 1 million views.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
1 million. I didn't know that number.
1 million. I've been at this now for a year and a half on YouTube. I've yet to hit 1 million, where records like 450, almost 500,000 views in 1 month. Paul, Linn, have you got 1 million in a month?
I don't have 1 million in 3 years. I started my YouTube when I started arm wrestling.
I hit 1 million 2 days in, so I'm not impressed.
No, you did.
Travis doesn't know how to check it. He doesn't know how to turn the computer on.
He has.
Hey, my business investor said we hit 1 million 2 days in. I don't know what y'all are talking.
Yeah. Well, and the point is, listen, it's hard to do. As Paul just said, and
it was very difficult for me. I have to admit, it was painstakingly just horrible.
What?
No.
It was a piece of cake, Gary. No problem.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I loved watching you learn as you go. I think it's there's just something fun. I told you this on the phone, just aside, but there's something fun about watching the greatest arm wrestler of all time trying to figure out YouTube.
Yeah,
it's like
those were my favorite videos when I first started watching. When he,
well, it just shows what fanboys you are, because I didn't watch any of that stuff.
You lie. And there you go, Travis Bagent on the record. Another lie.
Another lie. Let's talk about you lying, Gary. Like, wasn't you supposed to have a live stream? How about that lie?
Isn't this live?
This is live, right?
I'm talking about pay-per-view. We were supposed to do pay-per-view and make some money.
What? Oh, so I'm gonna have to bring my camera and video record it.
No one's allowed to video. No one's allowed to video in here. But
what?
No one's allowed to video.
I'll give you the video that I make.
John, do it live. John, do it live.
Yeah, no, I should.
There'll be 1 million people on it.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm gonna have to hire a cameraman. Gary, are you available?
Hey, just
John,
hold it.
Stay in your lane, John. Stay in your lane. You both are employees for this. All three of y'all employees.
Wait a minute.
I will let y'all know about your
I don't know if you've heard yet or not, but I've got 1 million views.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Hold on a second. Are you saying, John, that you were not going to broadcast it live?
I wasn't planning on it because Travis said that he was going to do something.
No. Hey,
So
I didn't call this meeting to have a problem with the upper management, okay? All we want to do is talk about who's going to win the match, Gary. Why are you getting into all this business? Why are you getting into all this business?
Because I love behind the scenes. That's what I do. I'm a behind the scenes guy. I like how the sauce.
You
I like
so
how
far behind the scenes, we thought you retired.
Gary, are you
Yeah.
going to be Gary? Are you coming to the tournament? Are you filming it or not?
Damn straight, I'm coming and filming. I was not going to do live because I thought you were going live. I can't compete with John Brzenk.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh, great excuse.
Then you should run the camera for me then, right?
There's a chance that I might be into that. Let's discuss off the air.
I'm sorry, he will not be available to do that. I apologize. He is busy.
Gary, just embed a link to your channel on it. Just embed a link and plug it every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I probably would do more for my channel by working free for John. I mean, let me tell you.
Once you get up here and see this internet,
I'm not Travis. I wasn't suggesting to do anything for free.
No, I'm just saying, of course I would do it for free. I mean, I won't lie. That's okay. So we'll talk about that. Travis Bagent. So you're at the venue. What's the name of the bar again? Restaurant?
Harvest Gap.
Yeah,
Harvest Gap
Brewery.
So
Harvest Gap Brewery.
okay. And what town?
Hillsboro, Virginia.
All right. Anyone watching or watches this link in the next couple of days, you better be there this weekend because man, we got Paul Linn and John Brzenk are going to arm wrestle each other. I want you to come on here and cause some trouble. Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay. I want to cause trouble. I want to say you guys two nice guys. I'm going to play the devil's advocate, see if I can get a little fire started up by telling Paul Linn, you can't win this match, bro.
I'm not supposed to.
Oh man.
I've been training though. I've been quiet. I put my head down. I went and grind for 5 weeks for 10 weeks. So I went radio silent on social media. I haven't been doing a fix anything like that. I just been training. So like I said, if I lose the match, I'm gonna shake John's hand, say you're the greatest of all time because I did all I could do.
So
what if you win the match? What if you win the match? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shake John's hand and say you're the greatest of all time, and I did all I could do.
Nice.
Paul Linn, how long have you been in the sport?
5 years.
So 5 years ago, that was like, I mean, John had just had a huge year, right? 2015. Roughly.
Yeah, I must have met Paul probably when he first started then, because I think it was just a year or two at your tournament, Travis, in Scottsdale there. It was maybe.
I don't want to brag. But yes, I'm sure that almost every time you've met anyone on
anybody
coast,
important,
it's because of me.
Your event. Yeah.
So
we never did get a chance to pull. We ended up pulling a little bit left-handed, but we didn't do any good. But you did quite well. You beat Ryan Bowen that day, as I remember, and a few other tough Californians. So yeah.
So Paul Linn, at any point in your career, in the first 3 or 4 years, did you ever imagine there would be a big match with John Brzenk? I mean,
no. I mean, when you start arm wrestling, you want to shoot, like you immediately want to start shooting for the top guys and everything. But John, like when I came into the sport, John was like the tail end. You know, he was a legend. I watched before I even knew what arm wrestling was. I was watching Wide World of Sports and Stallone and Over the Top. So I knew who John was for a long time. Never did I think I would get to even practice with him, let alone have an opportunity to pull. So when Travis called me up and said, "Hey, stud, I got a match for you, blah, blah, blah. I understand if you don't want to take it." I was like, "Whoa."
He said that?
Take it. Yeah.
That was my Don King. That was my Don King moment.
He Don King me. He Don King me. I understand if you don't want to take the match. I said, no, pump the brakes. I would be honored, you know.
Okay, let's go back a second. So at the Chance Shaw, John Brzenk, you, I think, relatively easily went through the ROTN class and the regular class. And when you're watching these guys arm wrestle, Chance and John, are you thinking to yourself, I want some of that?
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, not in a way of like disrespect in any way, shape, or form, but who wouldn't want to be on that same stage? As long as I've been arm wrestling and being involved in WAL and going to some of the bigger events and stuff, there was no energy like that event. Period.
I would agree. That was a good crowd. Very excited.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you're fucking welcome.
Yeah, no. I was trying to give you a kudos, not directly to blow your head up.
I just didn't hear it fast enough, so I just want to interject.
Yeah, that was incredible. So
Is
I
it
would
just?
have a chance any day for sure.
I
With the
don't
same
think
outcome, doesn't matter.
I don't think I've been to a tournament in that part of the country that hasn't been exciting. What is it about your people over there, Travis? Did you guys bring good crowds?
Well, I don't know if it's my people, but the East Coast is it's unique in the fact that you would imagine, if you're in California or anywhere out west and you drive 4 or 5 hours, you're still in the same state that you're in. But over here, you drive 25 minutes in either direction and you're in a different state. And for some reason, with the excitement, John and Chance really brought that tournament. They woke that thing up further than any of us could ever imagine. But the fact is even now, I think that this one, because of the person that Paul Linn is, like the last 5 years, how he's kind of navigated himself, and he does it through service. So he's always ready to help. So wherever he goes, so he's going to have, when we announce John Brzenk's name, people are going to clap. But when we call Paul Linn's name here at this tournament, I believe that there's going to be 135 arm wrestlers, and 100 of them would really, really like to see Paul succeed. So he brings such a unique quality because John brings such prestige and history and all that good stuff. But the local crowd is coming here to see Paul Linn. And I've already warned John more than once to make sure that he is ready for this human being. That is, and I've heard John tell people, if you haven't had success in the first couple of years, you're probably not going to be the guy. Well, that recipe is the way that Paul Linn has operated. And in a very short amount of time, he hit his class, then he won the Arnold, then he won the money tournaments, and now he's dominated in a couple ROTNs. He's right there at the middleweight number 1, number 2 contender. And in my opinion, the scariest guys are the guys that leave that 198-pound class and they end up 230 pounds. That's the game changer. That's the Rob Bagent Jr., the Todd Hutchings, the John Brzenks, and they're scary dudes. So I hope and think that John's going to win, but I will not be surprised if he is in the middle of a fucking war on Saturday.
Yeah,
so if you were thinking about coming, come on over.
Yeah, it's impossible to even know or do any research on anybody, let alone, even Paul, because of the situation the last couple of years. I have no idea what to expect when it comes to you, Paul. And,
okay, is there a weight class? Was there a weight minimum here?
No weight class. You weigh as much as you want. You weigh as much as you want.
It's 225, Gary.
It's 225 is what we discussed last year. Is what I was told. Yeah, I was so close to that because I've been scheduled to pull Haji, but kind of another big name kind of got thrown in the mix.
I just saw that today. Yeah, what's the date on that?
December 11th.
Wow.
Oh my God. John Brzenk, you are busy. Hold on before we get off on those.
What's the details? What's the event? Can you share yet?
Yeah, it's I think it's public. Well, Devin's made it pretty public already. King of the Arms 2, Dubai.
Okay.
Larry Wheels is on the card. Hermes Gasparini is pulling Benatti. And I think they are thinking or trying, depending upon the situation with Ryan Bowen in Australia. I know that's still a messed up country as far as getting in and out. I think he's going to have to do like a 2-month. Week
What's wrong with Australia?
I don't know. But anyway, I know that they're interested in looking at possibly even having Ryan pull Levant's protege, their little stud, Reckley is, I think Reckley is his name. So yeah, four matches on the card, hopefully 3 for sure. December 11th. Goodbye. King of the Arms too.
Crazy.
We'll all be watching. Sap
Crazy.
the B, $3 super chat. John Brzenk's #1 fan here. I disagree, Sap the B. I don't think you're John Brzenk's #1 fan.
Yeah, he was killing it on my channel last night with the super chats. I'm
If he
absolutely
wants
with
to
you.
be John Brzenk's fan right now, by God, he is.
Okay, more super chats. If you want to prove you're #1 fan, more super chats. You got to go to John Brzenk's channel. Don't give him to me.
He blew me up last night. In fact, I got to go
Okay.
buy a cable machine because he gave me
All
so
right.
much super chat
That's
money.
the guy. Is that the guy you told me about? Hey, erase that guy from the super
Okay,
chat. He's
okay.
nuts.
I'm sorry to doubt you, Sap the B. If you're super chatting John
Happy to
Brzenk,
say.
then well done.
He's a
Random
super chat monster.
Random Commando, $2 super chat. Travis, when are you arm wrestling again?
Never.
I thought you were starting to train for Cody Merritt. You gave
I
up on
thought
that
about
idea?
it, but then I watched Cody arm wrestle
Oh,
last
you
weekend.
watched him kill
I'm out.
HAV?
I'm out.
Oh, that's probably smart. I think Cody might beat Levon lefty, but
Oh my goodness.
yeah, he's well, he looks big, but
He's
he's
on.
stronger
Hey,
than he
he's
even
obviously
looks.
on steroids. He's
Yeah,
obviously on
something.
steroids.
He's on
I'm not
some-
competing with people on
Yeah,
steroids.
Something
No way.
blown up.
As you
Blake-
can clearly see, this is bologna and
All
cornbread
natural.
right
Yeah,
here.
that looks nice.
Blake, $5 super chat. I also want to know if Travis was actually coming back. Lots of people talking. He hit the table, and Devin, which I never thought I would see again. So, are we gonna see it, Travis? Quit teasing us, bro.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to wait for the numbers to get back from Dubai, King of the Table 2. And if it is, I can finally trust someone to tell me how much they really made, then who knows? But I will tell you this. I'm not the guy I know you guys look at me like I'm like the Superman, but I'm not. I'm just a regular guy that's got kids. I'm just a regular dude now.
Okay.
I'm not the same guy.
Travis, do not come back for any King of the Table unless you can do some good arm wrestling. Because I can't stand to watch you get flashed.
Hey,
Flash 6-0.
Gary, close ARMTV down unless you do some good filming, okay? How about that?
White Wolf, $5 super chat. Travis Bagent, you still suck. Just kidding. He's just misunderstood. You rock. John, did you sign the contract with Devin? I'm not sure what he's referring. Well done.
I signed it this morning.
Did
Okay,
you disclose the financial situation?
Yeah, how good was it?
of your
I was gonna ask the same
contract?
thing.
I have yet to say anything about it. I know I saw Devin posted something on Instagram and Facebook and had some big, long, teary-eyed speech of our past. And and then I read the comments, about how I'm, don't have a chance, and I'm just some victim of this whole thing. And I get a little laugh. I know
That
Devin's
comment
good.
that I wrote,
I know
shouldn't have
Devin's
been
strong.
Shouldn't have been under it.
What's
I
that?
feel the same way.
That one comment where I said you had no fucking chance. I didn't
Yeah,
know that
no
my name
chance.
was under that. I apologize.
Okay, guys,
So-
to get back on the topic, we can come back to that later. But to get back on the topic, when you talked about Paul Linn being ranked, forgive me for not, still don't know where the good rankings are.
There are no good
And,
rankings.
So where, Paul Linn, where do you fall naturally? What weight class without trying? Where do you want to be ranked? Where should you be ranked? What weight class is that?
I'm a walk around 210, 215. So if I'm like big competition, I'm a 198.
Okay. And then when John Brzenk and Travis, you were saying, where does Paul, in your mind, rank in that category? The 200?
He's right there, 1, 2, 3, depending on Todd Hutchings' weight and John's weight. And then, in my opinion, he's a Rob Vigent Jr. every day of the week right now. And possibly even better, but we just don't know.
Okay. So when John Brzenk comes back and he just starts arm wrestling again, what weight class do you put him in? Or is he?
We put him in the 220s, and then we also recognize that he's the best at any weight class in the United States. And unless you're from the country that he's pulling the guy, you probably are rooting for him as well.
Right.
So when John Brzenk returns, by default, because he's the GOAT, we put him right there,
Do
number
you
one.
see his skin tone right now? He looks like he's 19 years old. Fuck out of here. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta prove myself. There's a few guys. I mean, I'm a sloppy 235 4 months ago. I'm a more solid lean 230. Could I make 220 in a couple weeks time if I had a goal to have a double elimination tournament that I had to make weight and go after? I think so, yeah. But
the reason I asked this is because I read Engen did say, now that John's back, I put him basically at first in his category in the US or something to that effect. So I was trying to get at
John Brzenk's no Todd Hutchings right now. Now let's not get it twisted, okay? Woo!
Right.
Todd Hutchings runs shit. Todd Hutchings runs shit in the 220s. John Brzenk either has to go to 242 or suck weight to 198, or he's number 2 right now in the United States.
So that's where I was getting with this. Okay, Travis, we didn't. Last night I forgot to ask you about the Todd Hutchings, Corey West stuff, and I was like, "Woo!" I watched that, and I'm like, "Oh snap!" And then I heard John talk. I didn't actually see it, but I heard John say, "Hey, Todd may interest me." So I'm like, "Man, where like this weekend's gonna be Paul and John. Like, what's happening? What are we building up to? Like, this is pretty amazing and epic."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
my mistake for, as Rob would put it, trying to jump over the highest hurdle first. Yeah, Paul Linn, Todd Hutchins, where else is there to go after that other than heavyweight? So it's kind of a mess up to be even talking about those two guys for me so early. But
that's what was my opinion. I thought if I could give John Brzenk any career advice, because you hit it out of the park with these first couple of matches, I was like, man, he could dance around the block in the country just arm wrestling guys almost there before he even needs to take
Gary, if he wanted to be a pussy, he could, but he's not.
Well, but that's a good point, though. I mean, and Neil made the same point that John could probably go around the country right now and, take matches that are winnable and collect a lot of money. And work his way to wherever he wants to go. I mean, so it depends on what he wants to do.
But I'm not getting any younger. And what I did eventually got me a contract today. So a hefty contract. So
nice.
My past been okay.
And listen, he got a big contract too, not a regular one. A big one.
A big one. I just want to pause to mention that John is so gracefully wearing a Lethal Arms apparel shirt right now, which I'm enamored by.
I was hoping you'd notice. I hear I'm getting a new one. James has promised me a couple of
yes, we got some new ones coming out. James is going to be enamored right now that you're wearing that for sure.
All right.
Well, James is not allowed to sell any of those at the tournament. Make sure you keep that in mind.
Hey, that's in my contract, man. That's the only way I get to make money.
Paul Linn, if I were to have told you you're going to arm wrestle John Brzenk and you were studying the Chance Shaw match, and what were your takeaways then? And then compared to watching the Dimitri match, did you see anything different? Would you change your game now that you saw him arm wrestle Dimitri? Like, can you tip your cards on how you've been training for John, given that you've watched him all these years and now you've seen him up close and personal? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, how I'm training is I'm taking the things first and foremost that I think the components that I think need to be the strongest. And I've basically narrowed down a few of them and I've focused on them just to be able to be strong in my lane or lanes, the 2 that I think I might have, or 3 that I think I might be able to do something in, or my options, and tried to maximize them. But when you talk about John, he can go everywhere. And watching a Dimitri match and then even like texting back and forth with John, I think the first match skewed what could have been. And we saw John be able to just push sideways, which is so scary and weird.
Yeah.
Like just wait and then just
wait. Why do you say weird? Why do you say weird?
I don't know. Cause there's been very few times where you find people who can just kind of sit on their pronator and just wait and then just commit their shoulder so smoothly. So, I mean, that match had me scratching my head as far as like, I don't know if I learned anything or gained anything from that. I mean, I think the Chance Shaw match was a little bit different because Chance really only has one lane that he's really, really good at. So there wasn't a whole lot of adjustments and a whole lot of, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't learned anything.
Yeah, you can kind of somewhat gauge with Chance, right? Because you know Chance, you probably pulled the Chance, but Dimitri's such an unknown. I mean, that dude, I was a little worried because everybody put him so high. Ingen rated him so high, and I'm like, oh. And then when I met him in person, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna crush this guy just because he didn't look like much. And then I got up on the table with him, and it's like, holy shit. So, but who knows? I mean, who is he pulled? I mean, we all know. I mean, he could have beat Devin that day. We don't know. I don't know. I mean,
well, I know how high I regard Robbie Burnett, and that was my only point of reference.
Gotcha.
Burnett. Him beating Robbie Burnett was like Robbie's like right there with any of the top.
Hey!
You don't think? No,
No,
Yeah,
he's terrible. He's terrible.
Everybody's terrible now.
Don't tell Robbie I said that. Don't tell Robbie I said that.
I'm texting him right now. Where's my phone?
John, have you been studying Paul?
I've watched enough of Paul's matches and seen Paul in person to know. I think I know anyway what his strengths and weaknesses will be. So I'm hoping for a little easier time this go around with the setup and the hand. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna have to struggle or even be tempted to try to clamp down with a cup to control a match. I know he's a high knuckle posting top roller. Yeah,
He is very much a cheating motherfucker, boy.
I'm gonna have to. I'll tell you. I mean, I'm perfectly honest. I'm gonna protect with the high post top roll, even though I suck at it. But I'm not going to fall into what I fell in these last two super matches, where I'm thinking that my hand's strong enough to control with a cup and come across and do a regular old Cobra style top roll, because it hasn't worked out for me the last two super matches, and it blew the shit out of my forearm.
I would disagree.
And I hate that feeling after the first round going, I can't feel my hand.
John,
So,
I disagree. Watching you struggle is internet gold. I'm telling you, it's internet gold. The community loves it.
At the end of the day, I enjoyed it, but I was like, that's just some of the shittiest arm wrestling I've been involved in. I don't normally like to be involved in shitty arm wrestling like that.
Everybody,
just so you know,
Gary's right. Everybody loved it.
Hey, you ain't gonna be able to triple cap Paul's thumb like you did Chance Shaw, so you better cut that out right now.
No. I'm not even going to close my hand. I don't think. I'm just going to let it float. Can I let it float? Kind of like this, like this?
Of course. You do whatever you want. You're the GOAT.
Okay,
Right.
I have to do some super chats. We'll get back to this conversation because I have some to ask Travis. Stacy Morgan, $10 super chat. I am John Brzenk's #1 fan. I even painted his name on the YouTube Wall of Fame. I think you have a few #1 fans, John.
All right.
Is there a limit?
I appreciate it. Yeah, someone mentioned about the Wall of Fame or YouTube Wall of Fame, and I still don't know what that's all about. I'm sorry. I was going to try to look into it, and then I didn't.
He has kind of a warehouse that he's been painting people's YouTube channels like little shrines.
Oh, okay.
It's a little creepy, but cool.
Sounds weird.
Maybe it'll be something in 100 years from now.
Yeah.
I look back and go, wow, yeah, this is when YouTube first started, back when they painted shit on the walls.
Okay, Power Rangers, $2 super chat. Did you get kicked out of Mr. Olympia for being drunk? Power Ranger, we talked about it last night's show. You got to go on Travis Bagent Unfiltered to get that answer. We already covered this.
That's the truth. I was drinking that Kool-Aid. I was drinking Marvin's Kool-Aid and I got drunk.
Habna Full, $5 super chat. Hi, Gary Mohammed here. Can you please ask John why he's so hastily taking on Devin?
Hastily? Why would he say hastily?
Because I think he's speaking like the rest of us. Like you could do a slow burn on this. Like for King of the Table,
No,
Like, I just think you can
but
make
yeah,
so
no.
much.
Well, the first proposed match to me on the King of the Hill was Hermes, and I joked and told them I'd rather pull Devin, and that's how it ended up getting Devin. So yeah, no, I'm not. It's yeah, I can't be careful when and select weaker matches just because of my past. I mean, so it's
I
gotta
don't.
be strong people. I can't be pussyfooting around.
I can't help but just be the promoter-minded guy. And I say, okay, if you arm wrestle Devin in December, what's the total viewer count
I love the Devin match. Because if Devin had to beat Michael, I don't even know if I would want to pull Devin again. I would just let Devin sit on his loss for the rest of his life.
Right.
My point because of the simple fact that he beat Michael Todd, and I truly believe I have a chance to beat Devin. I don't care if he's 300 pounds. I'm going to bust him. I have a chance to beat him. And people think that I don't have a chance to beat him. They're going to be surprised.
Hey, Paul Linn, you're in trouble like a motherfucker, yo. Oh my God. This motherfucker's that crazy. He done lost his mind. He's old.
We'll see. I've lost my mind before, but we'll see.
I think Devin Laird going off and training for boxing does open the window for John.
Wow.
That's true.
I think it do.
He's still.
That's a really good point.
We still
With the time
have
frame,
6,
you know.
Yeah, we still have 6-7 weeks to prepare. So I mean, if he's and people have talked to me and said, "Oh, you should make him be 250." I don't want any excuses. I want him to be 400 pounds if he wants to be 400 pounds. So. Yeah, I'd rather him come in as big as he can possibly come in.
My only point, and it doesn't matter, I get it. But like Paul was saying, you're running, you've done 25, 26, 27,000 viewers. What's your YouTube count?
26,000, yeah.
If you went around the country for a good 4 months, got up to 70, 75,000, then I think you're eclipsing Devin Larrett on that match. I don't think you can get Devin Larrett numbers by December, but
yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, all I have to do is bust him one match, the first match, and then I can talk about a rematch in 6 months, and then people will take it more seriously.
Good point.
Yeah. Keep talking. The more you say bust Devin Laird, the more my heart just gets giddy. So just keep it up. Okay, Travis, you said Pauline is a cheating mother effer. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that he's not gonna be willing to compromise on the setup. And That's not cheating. Listen, I don't have any. I'm just letting you know there's going to be a point at some time on Saturday where you look at me and a couple other people and be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this fucking guy doing?" I'm just letting you know that's the way.
I've been to his seminars a couple times now.
Yeah, he takes that. Yeah, he's gonna take that whole date patent thing to all the way.
But let's review the rules. Are we doing the same thing at this Chance Shaw match? After 30 seconds or a minute of farting around, pretending like you're going to set grip. Boom, set grip.
But he gets worse than the set grip.
Well, we're just due to set grip.
And then you're gonna listen.
Grip, yeah.
Just at some point on Saturday, I just want you to look at me, John, and just wink at me, and it'll be like, "Yo, you were fucking right. This fucking dude is crazy. He thinks that I'm gonna start like this, kind of like,
It's up to me to be just as crazy to shut him down. And
but I've seen you do that. But you're not as good at it.
I gave up to.
As we are over here.
I'm trying to figure out where all this is coming from. Like,
I could be wrong. Hey, listen, I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but I feel like that if the match is close, you will care more about his carving, grinding, rising, squeezing, and then trying to say that you're cupped or something.
There is a line that I determine whether or not. Because I don't have a big gas tank, so there's enough. If there gets to be a point where there's enough fighting where I decide like it's time to just let the match go at a disadvantage because my gas tank is running dry here.
I've been there with you. I've been there with you where I saw you concede and then just go, but you're still strong there. It's just gonna be interesting. I know that, in my opinion, like I know Paul Lynn's always asking athletes, he's coaching, he's always asking these guys to be the very best version of themselves. So I used to be in that same realm. I try to do that with my kids. And if you try to coach hard, then there comes a time where you got to walk the walk because you've talked that. So
yeah.
I got a feeling he's going to be
respect
stronger than he's ever
wouldn't-
been.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, and I know Bart's gonna try his best, but if you both go at it, it's gonna be a fucking little chaotic situation, and this place is going to be fucking.
How's your left hook? How's your left hook, Paul?
I want no trouble. My left ain't worth
James
nothing.
Reed, listen, you can't put it past James Reed to try to set the whole thing up with Bart and everything. Like, you may not want to use Bart. Like, let me know if you feel
I don't need any more
fixes on.
I don't need any more Facebook grief. Yeah. The backstage talking.
I just want to say everything that Travis just said there is all
bullshit. Okay.
Just wait till it's over and you tell me, yeah, that fucker did try every fucking thing you said. He tried every single bit of it.
Okay, I have a question. In the matches that we've last seen Paul Linn with the RTN format, we've seen that
You drink a lot of beer.
7 days a week.
seen him that
Gross,
winded in these matches back to back to back.
Oh boy.
Am I frozen?
You're losing this, Gary. Take
My
control.
back-
My internet is perfect up here.
Okay. Yeah, so you're saying about Paul Linn and his ROTN
Okay,
pulling
Paul
one after
Linn,
the other.
I don't really recall seeing Paul when he had to pull match and that match to match. He looked like he handled it looked like
The
his
field pretty easily.
endurance is a
That's good.
strength of his. Versus Brzenk, struggle. I want to know when you're a couple matches in and you're breathing heavy and looking winded, is that deceiving? Have that endurance hidden in there, just even though you're
Well, let's go
wondering
back.
if that's Paul Linn.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Let's look back in history. I pulled 101 guys, one right after the other too, and had, great success doing it. It's when you get caught in a bad position and you still decide to say screw it and try to pull through it that you can really ruin yourself for a super match. And that's kind of what happened to me the last two super matches. And I'm hoping to fix that this time around. But with this format of the arm bets and this all or nothing thing, I'm going to find myself probably in the same situation. If he gets in a really good position, we're in a normal format, I would say that didn't work out so good. That was kind of a bad start. Screw it, let it go. I'm going to be fighting and barking and scratching and crawling to try to save it somehow, some way. So I might end up finding myself in this exact same situation that I found myself the last two matches, but
Which I think it's great for clicks. I'm just wondering if there's still like, once the goat is pushed to the limits, it's more like a Rocky thing where it doesn't matter if you look fatigued, you still have 1,000 more matches in you, or
no. But my last two super matches, after the first match, I was arm wrestling numb. My hand and my forearm were absolutely numb. So I had to rely on just upper arm strength, which I typically like to just do without that hand and wrist control, because I can normally shut down a lot of power of my opponent with the hand and wrist. But I didn't have anything left in the gas tank. It was all or nothing to win that first match, and I suffered the next two matches because of it on both super matches. So
Paul, am I wrong in thinking that's your lane? No matter what
no,
match
that's
one
not my
and two
lane.
look like?
No,
Paul's lane.
No,
No matter what happens match one, that you get, like if we were to rate endurance 1-to-1 here.
I don't know, but John makes a great point. It really does come down to super match format. You can't really compare it to ROTN if I'm flashing people. It is when you get in that grinder where you're in a weird spot. And it's so hard to gauge how somebody
you would
recovers from a weird
have
spot. Gary's
lost you, Gary. Gary's frozen. Just you and me, Paul. So good luck to you, man. I wish the situation was a little differently. I would really like to just bang out a bunch of super hard workout matches with you, but
Me too. Me
just
too.
because of this damn arm bench thing. I actually asked Devin yesterday, I think it was. It's like, did any of the blocks fill? Is that arm bench thing off, or are we still on for that? And of course, he said one block fills. So I'm like, damn it.
Right.
Yeah, it just makes it weird for me.
It does.
I don't like this going in feeling like I have to win every single match.
I don't like it either, John. And, and I even said to everybody in my circle, like, there's people that are going to come out and support, and people are like, hey, how confident are you? Should I put money on you? And I said, my real take on the arm bets and the State Kings is like, there's no odds. I'm the underdog. If it was the best of 3 and, I'm a 4-1 underdog, I say, hey guys, throw $10 on me, don't be mad at me if you lose. But if you got to bet 100 to win 70, I told everybody, don't bet on me. I don't want that on my conscience. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't push my block. And I told Devin when he said about the arm bets thing, I said, Devin, you have my permission to do whatever you want, but I'm not going to push my block because I can't do that in good conscience. And that's not what
I would love nothing better than to go into this Saturday's match, pulling you inside, up top, outside, hook.
Right.
I would even like to pull off maybe a shoulder roll,
Hey,
but I'm just not going to do it. I mean, it's just not going to do it. I mean,
can you hear me?
Just barely. We're not missing it though, Gary.
Listen, you guys are being too nice.
No.
Nice.
I'm not being nice. I'm just being honest.
Here's what I would like. Those Paul started off the show of being very respectful, blah, blah, blah. You mentioned you're going to smack Devin.
Bust.
I want to hear something like,
I'm not going to smack him. I'm going to bust him.
You're going to bust Devin. What about Paul? Let's get some fire here. Paul.
Gary, he just said it. The arm bets thing is a sweep thing. It's a sweep. He just said it. So I don't think.
But he said he felt bad. He doesn't want that pressure.
Well, I mean, the reality of it is you're not going to, first off, you're going to be hard pressed to get trash talk out of me against anyone at all, let alone John. So you're right, barking up the
fired up.
No, I'm a competitor.
No,
I'll compete very hard. I'll be in my mind state. But I'm not. That's not something that I'm about. So I'm just happy to get the opportunity. But I can't say I'm going to go hard as shit.
No, we're very similar in that respect, Paul. I think we'll just let our arms do the talking. I mean, I know it's my most lucrative thing to do, and it's not the Conor McGregor way, but
you're right.
Okay, well, let me finish off by reading the last super chats that I missed, and we'll let you guys go. I really appreciate your time. White Wolf, $5 super chat. Devin, most popular. Sorry, Travis. John, most technical. Even more so than Devin. Adjust intuitively on the fly like no other arm wrestler in history. And I do have to say that I'm sure Paul can agree. Watching you just mix it up and just you have no fear to go. It's like when I'm watching you and you're just holding position, it's like I can see your brain. You can tell it's just working and what you're gonna just go everywhere. And I love that about you. Thank you for being there.
I appreciate that. The honest truth is, though, my options have shrunk from 5 or 6 options to 2 or 3 options. So I'm trying to fix it, but it's I don't know if it's even fixable, but we're attempting to get back to the full gambit.
To be honest with you, like I sit here and I daydream about your success as a YouTuber, and it's like I think having you come out and just hit every home run and then just being king of the world again instantly is not nearly as exciting as watching you, like you just said, you used to have 6 lanes, now you're down to 2. Watching you build that way back up, going from 2 to 3 to 4, I think really, that's the key, man. Everyone, I know it's not great for you given what your history has been, but as a viewer, that's the watching you learn as you go.
Yeah, I appreciate
watching
that.
A guy climb back up to.
It is sometimes a lot more fun than being on the top rung. Yeah, I agree. Climbing the ladder is part of the fun.
Mike Coburg.
And I've missed that.
Mike Coburg, $10 super chat. John, I won the Arizona Championship and Scottsdale UAL. I think that means you and I have to have a super match. Ha ha ha. Wishful thinking. Mega Mike.
Oh, Mega Mike. That's Mega Mike
is a
talking.
beast.
Oh yeah, no, that's a serious match.
He really is. That
Please
guy's
knock on my door anytime you feel like knocking on my door, dude, and we'll have a super match in the backyard.
That guy's no joke.
Dude, now that John is a YouTuber, it's all content. You can guy shows up to your house, that's content. John Brzenk super match in his garage. You know?
Yeah, I'm going to try with this Devon match coming up. I'm going to actually try to dabble in the 2 or 3 weeks at least, just to see how it goes of arm wrestling every day. It's been a long time since I've been able to feel like that is beneficial. But I've got people.
Have you done that before, John? Has that been
way back when I was in my
like
20s
every day?
and 30s? Yeah, arm wrestle every day. Yeah, early 20s, and it
right.
It was very hurtful and painful, but I did think there was a point where it ended up becoming beneficial. Whether or not it's something that would help me in 6 weeks time, 7 weeks time, probably not. But yeah, I need to definitely push the gas pedal a little harder if I'm going to have a legit chance to do anything with Devon. And it has to happen in the next 3-4 weeks. I mean, because I seriously feel it's very important to be well rested. So, I mean, we're talking a match that's only 6 weeks away. I've got, 3-4 weeks to really do anything to build on it.
John, that's a perfect for the next super chat. Mike Garza, $10. He says, John, you're going against Devon, I would think is a very serious match that you got to train for. Are you going to keep the training secret, or are you going to use it as content?
Well, people ask me about the training, and I thought I made myself clear. I don't do any of the Todd Hutchins weightlifting cable device. My training has always been Dustin Allen and whoever else would come over and pulling on the table. So I honestly, guys, I don't have any secret thing that I do that I'm not showing the world. It's I mean,
right.
Boosted Z06, $5 super chat. I love that you guys are so respectful. Good luck to both of you. Pauline, is your training wide open, or are you super secretive?
No, I'm very wide open. I'm not as gifted as John. I don't have the anatomical tools. And I come from a strength background, so I mix it up very well. Like, as far as I do the general strength stuff, and I feel like I need it. And obviously, since arm wrestling, I focus predominantly on my hand, and then I'm once a week at a minimum on the table. And I think for anybody out there who's a newer arm wrestler, who's not super gifted, that you probably should do a little bit of everything and figure out what works best for you. But just table time, I just can't see it. I don't think with my genetic ability that I would be able to just rely off of that. Just my thought.
Right.
Thank you very much. And go ahead, John.
I was going to say, at some point in your life, maybe you would try it just to see if it turned out to work out better for you, Paul. But
you genuinely think it's worth trying?
Yeah, I think that worked. Some people have had real big success. They were in the same position that you were in, and then decided to kind of give up the full weight training, bodybuilding thing, and strictly focus on the arm wrestling. And I've heard plenty of stories where people said, "Yeah, no, I'm a better arm wrestler."
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot
at some point. Yeah.
As I get older, it does get harder and harder to do like the shoulder driven.
Right. Yeah. And I guess the downside of that is you aren't balanced and you end up having injuries because you're so one-dimensional, like I did with the shoulder. So maybe you should stick to the weightlifting just to stabilize.
I'm willing to try it. If you suggest it, I'm definitely willing to try it.
Well, yeah. Everything. I never say to anybody that this is the law. This is the right way, because everybody's obviously different.
Right.
I got to jump in. I hate to tell you guys out there, but please, no more money. We've already kept these guys past my allotted time. So no more super chats. I have one more super chat to read. John Brzenk from White Wolf, $5. So John, can you release any details about the crew in Canada filming for Pulling John to No Limits?
The only thing that I've heard is what Devin's posted on the internet his little vlog that he did about it. Don't know anything other than that, who it is, the details, what kind of backing they have, what kind of time frame, any of that. I have no information.
All right, there you have it, Paul, John. I don't know where Travis went, but he didn't even say goodbye. Thank you guys
Went to go grab another beer.
for giving us the time. So far, John's returns have been filled with amazing, exciting arm wrestling matches, and I expect no less. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't care who wins. I think it's going to be amazing no matter what. John just creates gold with whoever. He
does.
elevates everyone, and I believe Paul is similar. And you guys are going to have an amazing weekend. I can't wait to watch it, and I'll see you there.
All right. I'm just wishful that I escape without an injury. So whatever the outcome, I'm going to be happy with it. But I'm looking forward to a really awesome workout. And as long as neither one of us gets hurt, I'm going to be super stoked.
That's all we can.
Paul Linn, don't hurt the goat.
Don't hurt me, please. I have a big match coming up.
You guys are asking too much to think that I can. I'll take that as the biggest compliment. So no, I'm looking forward just to have the opportunity. It's a career highlight for me. So it's just an honor to be able to be involved.
I'm looking forward to it, Paul.
Thank you guys.
All right, Gary. Take care.
Have a great one. Peace out.
All right.
See you Saturday.
Take care. See you, Paul.